Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTube stars of all ages, the 1216 podcast is on Twitch right now, live. It's coming to YouTube really soon. And when we get the edited version out, you're going to see it first. But we going to let you know who we are. We are the 1216 podcast. In this corner, in the red corner, you got 12, a Akatsuki shirt and all. In the blue corner, you got 16, 1216 shirt and all. And together we make up one of the greatest duos of all time, the 1216 podcast. And we are back in full effect. And I'm joined today by one of the best swordsmen that your man can ever know in anime. But he's not even important to the video. I just want him up there right now because I fuck with my man Slash. The last one. But we bring to you some of the best anime video and breakdowns that we can each and every week, starting off with us coming back this week for another banger with One Piece, with Bleach, and with Jujutsu Kaisen. So starting off Thursday, let's get this ball rolling. Let's start the show.
That episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, seeing Gojo go crazy like that shit.
299 seconds, man. 299, that's all he needed.
Listen, that shit was pretty cool to see. But the biggest thing of the episode obviously was the very end with him getting fucking sealed and shit. Like,
prison, man.
That was crazy. Yeah, so it goes back to one of the things that I had been questioning for a while since I had seen the movie. With Geto actually, being dead, with the whole shit with him fighting Yuta and Yuta, basically finishing him, but go actually killing him in the very end of the shit. I thought he was dead, but you know what I mean? And then we get to see him like in the season 1 and then part of this part of season 2, the second part of season 2. And it's like, how is he back if, you know what I mean? How is he back if he was dead? So I had questions about that this whole time. So it was cool to finally see that be answered with the fact that it's a curse actually in his head. That's why he has the stitches and whatnot. So the brain fucking take over anybody and have all the memories and abilities that the person had while they were alive. And I'm like, bro, that shit is, you know what I mean? That amazing. Shit is just crazy as hell because it gives them the advantage against Gojo because that was his best friend. So who knows Gojo better? You know what I mean? Who knows Gojo better than himself other than, his best friend? It'd be his best friend. So like,
first I thought about
knowing that you had knowing you had to essentially take over his body to get some kind of information or whatnot to be able to stop Gojo because he's the strongest. Just like, hey man, supreme planning. So we're gonna see how all this ends up playing out, man. All in all, a great ass episode.
Man, all you know is, you remember Scary Movie 2? This is your brain on drugs, and he opened up Shorty's head. That's all I thought about when I seen him at first. Because the way he pulled this head top off,
no.
Bro,
yeah,
and it was just right there.
But all the juices and shit coming down.
And then for him to just sew it back up, like all casually, put it back on the perfect way, like it's a fitted cap or some shit. Like, no.
Man, right?
Man, this was actually interesting. This definitely answered a lot of questions that was going around inside my head as well. Because it was like, dog, what the hell is this? But man, we see Yuji at the end getting set. Oh man, I think after seeing what Gojo was able to do, I'm highly believing that Yuji is finna go 10 times harder than this with Sukuna's abilities inside him and everything. Sukuna and Yuji are probably as strong, if not stronger, than Gojo, in my opinion. So it'd be interesting to see. Not as of right now, but of course, later on down the line, once they get there, they'll probably be stronger than him for sure. But Gojo getting trapped in that prison, dog, who would have thought? It took his best friend's dead corpse to have him go.
Yeah, he froze, man. He froze. I can't really blame him for that shit. You know what I mean?
He's supposed to be dead.
Exactly, thinking he was dead and everything, and all the resemblance, emanating the same curse energy and all that kind of stuff. Like, he really, in that moment, he trapped him. So like he said, it only took 1 minute, and it was only going to take 1 minute to seal him, and he was right. In that 1 minute when he you know, that instant when he saw him, that whole minute like just went by so fast. And I can't blame him.
Say it again. You said the 1 minute when he did something, you froze.
The 1 minute it just went by so fast because he looked at, you know what I mean. As soon as he looked at him, the fucking minute was gone. So it was just crazy because all the images and stuff from the past that flashbacks. You know we got to see. Yeah, we got to see from the first part of season 2 and all the stuff from the movie and all the stuff with them acting, you know, together and whatnot. So it was just it hit more after we got to see that, you know, earlier on. So it really made the whole kind of reveal that he's like a fake just in his body. Like, yeah, it made it hit harder because it's like, damn. We thought, well, at least I thought the whole time, like, how is he? Is it some way that he's still alive? Like, it's actually him, but it's like, no, the motherfucker took over his body. So we gonna see how it all plays out going down the line, because it's just because Gojo sealed, Gojo sealed, and fucking Yuji finds out at the end because Mekamaru, like we thought, is still alive because we didn't see him actually die. So he talked to Yuji and the
anime logic
and whatnot. Yeah, right. That man, that's TV logic. If you don't see your body, the motherfucker's still alive. So that was cool to see. So now we just have to figure out where we go, where essentially we go from here. And the fact that Ghetto, well, I'll just call him Ghetto because we don't know what the curse is. But I don't know.
Shoko, I believe. The name is that.
No, Shoko, that's the girl. Shoko is old girl from their team.
Yes.
That's old girl from their team.
They said the name is that. I'm going back.
Yeah, he said. Yeah. No, he did. He said the fact that you didn't let Shoko take care of the body, fucking after you know what I mean, after you killed me or whatnot, or killed Ghetto. That's how he was able to take over the body because you didn't let Shoko dispose of it. How we saw her like doing this shit with Yuji when we thought he had died in season 1. Yeah, so he didn't do that shit. So he was able to take. Yeah, man, we'll see what all happens. But the crazy thing is, he talked about again. We talk about YouTube, but we don't see him in the season yet. Like, this is getting frustrating. I'm ready to see his ass, man. But essentially, he's like, he's essentially like, Yuta can't fucking. You think Yuta's gonna be strong enough to replace you, but he's not. So that goes to answer another one of my questions too. Like, how strong is Yuta gonna be after losing his connection with Rika and everything? And fucking Ghetto was basically like, without having Rika, he's not gonna be strong enough to replace you. So I'm like, is it gonna have to be Yuji essentially? You know what I mean? Is it gonna have to be him to replace him with Sukuna in him, because he still has that the bond. You know?
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it all plays out.
I definitely see that happening for sure. I definitely see Yuji and Sukuna being top dogs regardless. But it's gonna be interesting to see how far they really take the development of Yuta when we see Yuta come back, and how far or how big of a gap it actually is between Yuta and Yuji as of right now. Man,
definitely looking forward to it.
With Gojo down there, it's like nobody got connections. I'm pretty sure they're everybody's finna just come in who's outside the curtain. They're gonna all end up coming in and going right down there like, fuck it. We haven't heard from Gojo in a while. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, since it all depends on whatever Mekamaru tells Yuji when we get to the next episode. That depends. That's probably gonna depend on how it all acts, because he's telling them Gojo's being sealed and Yuji's with Mei, so they relay all that information out, and then we see where they go from there.
Some dumb shit. Yuji starts screaming out loud or some shit.
Yeah, no.
But no, this should be interesting to see. Man, episode for me was definitely a 10 out of 10. Like, just seeing how crazy Gojo was going, even just how he snapped, like when he was going against oh my gosh, not Nanami, yes, and just walked up to him, the smile on his face was like, oh yeah, that's the Gojo.
Blasted his ass to the wall.
Splat. Now you just right there.
Man.
Yeah, I fuck with that hard, man. That was Gojo and craziness.
What Jogo say? He said Hanami's dead. That motherfucker Mahito said, huh? What? Nani? So yeah, good episode, man. Definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. The only thing for me
that's holding it back,
I say 9.5. The only thing I really didn't like is not it's part of the animation. I don't like how they do that kind of like shade and shit over it when fucking. It's kind of like the same thing with Yuji last week with the punches. How they had like that kind of gray veilish thing over. So like when he was running, they had shit over. Like I was just like keep it as the regular color saturation, and it would have been perfect 10 out of 10. That's the only reason I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
They use
I didn't like that.
Remember they used the same thing with back in My Hero when they had the tournament Todoroki versus Deku, when they went at it and collided inside the middle, it had that whole color vibrant gray theme over the top of it.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
that was still that. I mean, that aside though, just seeing like this. Yeah. That aside though, just seeing Gojo go crazy for me was like, damn, my man is really doing this thing right now. Like, go nuts,
man. But definitely went crazy. Whole episode long.
He snapped 3-on-1. I kill you first. Like, damn. That's how you feel? Me? Nani?
Hell nah.
But jumping over into Saturday evening, man, we got Bleach. Oh man. This episode was by far showing what
10 out of 10.
Easy with it. Easy out of 10. This showed what the number one swordsman inside Squad Zero could really do. I mean, he went nuts, bro.
ZNPAKUTO CREATOR. That's my dog.
10, 9, 8. He was going nuts. He said, "Oh yeah, word. You tried to move back, huh? Slice!" Like, whoa,
man.
Jelly-like substance cooking the sword of ZNPAKUTO up for the longest, and I don't know what just went.
No, he was my favorite the whole episode, bro. He was the standout, the highlight, everything. He went crazy. But it was all in all, like we said, it was a 10 out of 10 episode. From the beginning, I'm just wondering how the whole flashback kind of stuff, the flashback information, you know what I mean? We got in the very, very beginning where it was all black and white and whatnot, how that information in the very beginning plays effect into what's going on now, because clearly that was years and years and years ago, because you can see the difference in Yubah's appearance and everything. So with him being the Soul King's son, and like what all does that mean, and what all does that have to do with the Soul King and him splitting the world, you know what I mean, the Seirete, the world, and Waco Mundo and all that kind of stuff. Like what is all of this, like what does it mean? What does it all have to do with what's going on? Because even Ichigo talked about like during his training, and we kind of saw it too, those flashing images in his head, and like what all does that mean? And the Soul King is supposed to be like this supreme entity type being and whatnot. So like, you know, for me, it's just giving me more questions as what's going on with the story. But I'm enjoying all the action and shit, like hands down, no question. Like this episode, like it was amazing, but it gave me more questions as to what all is Yubah's true plan and everything, and who all is the Soul King and his relationship with Yubaha, and the images going on in Ichigo's head and everything. Like, well, how does it all connect? Because we know Ichigo's a Quincy because of his mom. So like, how does it all, you know what I mean? How does it all connect to what all is going on? So
and then
all in all, fire episode.
That led me to think like, bro, the Soul King is not really the good guy. Yubah is doing this for actual good reasons on some Aizen shit. Like he's doing this for good reasons, maybe. But it's the way you're doing it is wrong.
He gave me questions about that too, like how he talked about everything was together, and then the Soul King was the one who decided to separate it. And how he talked about life and death and all that kind of stuff.
I'm the one who takes everything.
Is he the bad guy, or when all my people die and they come back to me, I can feel the oppression and all that kind of stuff from people trying to stay alive and everything. So it's like, did he do the right thing? Did the Soul King do the right thing? Is Yubah trying to do the right thing? So I get exactly where you coming from with their true purposes and whatnot. So
that's my 100% like honest opinion about things. I can see the Soul King, watch episode, he gives off an ominous energy for some reason now. Like it's something behind him that's just I feel like a certain darkness is behind him for a reason. Yuhabak could be onto something. This may have to happen, or everything must. I mean, Aizen was onto something. Everything must get destroyed and then built back up. So is it time that we see Ichigo take over as Soul King once this is all over with, and actually build a more unified world rather than keep everything divided and separated? This is playing out to be something, especially when they got trapped in a bird cage. I didn't know it was a bird cage at first. When I think of her name. When she got popped in her head and her taco was split open, bro. I was like, yo, Bleach was never this glory before, bro.
Nope,
something
definitely wasn't.
Something really just snapped, and the creator's mind was like, you know what? Let's get more gory with it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't like that.
Dog, I'm talking about you got limbs coming off, shots in the middle of the forehead, even though it was a genjutsu, and then the bird cage you released.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I felt, it's like it was all going good. It was showing back and forth, and forth with the groups. And then when the motherfucking group came in, his guard, you know what I mean, Yubaha's guard, and then they shot her.
Hey,
I was like, bro, what the hell is going on? Like, no, something ain't right here, bro. Is they really finna like blow all this shit up and overpower them just like that? And it was like, no, genjutsu. Come to find out, you know what I mean, in the bird cage with all the shit down and whatnot. So yeah, it was really cool. So I can't wait for next week, just because what they said was supposed to get the last 2 episodes. So it's looking like it's just going to be straight fighting towards the end, because the way we left off is Yubaha versus Ishibe, I believe his name was, something to that effect. So they going to end up fighting, and then you still got Hashwalt and Uryu in the bird cage against the other guards. Yeah, the other guards. And then you still got Ichigo and them on their way up there. You know what I mean? With Ganju and all that kind of shit. So,
this better not happen.
It's not the end. I was going to say it's not the very end, because we're going to get one more core, core, I believe one more to finish it all off sometime next year. So
6 months, right? This supposed to be 6 months, isn't it?
What?
This supposed to be 6 months, or is it JJK that's supposed to be 6 months?
JJK, that's supposed to be going for 6 months.
Yeah.
This shit is it's going on break until next year after these last 2 episodes, and then next year is when it's all going to be finished up. So I just wonder what kind of note that they're going to leave it on after these last 2 episodes. You know what I mean?
I just hope they don't end it,
because the first season, the way they ended that shit, crazy and whatnot. So
that's how I hope they don't end it.
Yeah.
You can't just go up there and just take out like you did Yamamoto. Please don't do that. Don't go up there and just have, all right, Yamamoto died, and then now everybody gets wiped out. I don't want to see that reincarnate again up there in the Soul Society by the Soul King's palace. Like, you can't go up there, kill off the Soul King, take his throne, which, I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah, I don't think it. I was gonna say, I don't think it could end like that. I really don't. It could have maybe a possible down ending type shit, but I don't see them like completely taking it over by the end of this season. I don't know.
We might not even get Ichigo then until next season,
because if it's 2 episodes, I expect him to be up there at least by the last one, and then it'll be some type of
for him. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's not going to take super long for them to get up there. It's not going to take them more than 2 episodes, and they're not gonna end the season off with him still riding up in the fucking thing. I don't think, you know what I mean.
Hey, if they do, right, that's beyond me.
Yeah, that seemed weird. That seemed really weird.
It starts with him just arriving inside there, and then cuts away to black.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because that's two whole episodes. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 whole episodes, and you really think he gonna ride up in that thing for 2 whole episodes? Come on, bro. Can't do that.
Give me at least 1 whole episode riding
now,
up.
Now, if you give us the 1 episode, if he's riding up, I'm fine with that. But if he's still riding up in the last episode, or he has not arrived by the end of the last episode,
you're not watching the finale?
No, I'm gonna watch it. I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. You know what I mean? I'd have to watch it to find out. But I've been enjoying it so far. I've definitely this season way more than I enjoyed the last season, for sure. Not that last season was bad. It's just this season the playing field is
even.
Mm-hmm. It's even. We keep saying that shit because, like, if you watch the first part of the 1,000-Year Blood War, them motherfuckers, the Soul was getting
it was an onslaught,
massacred, annihilated. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I couldn't see it going any good for them in that first season, like whatsoever. How did y'all allow that to happen? Like the creator just said, "F it, all y'all must get wiped out." And then it's time for a training arc.
Something like that, essentially. Yeah, something like that.
But I'm just glad. I'm just glad my boy got the short a little bit, even though he is a zombie still.
Yeah, the good thing is they turned him into a zombie before he died, so there's a way. There'll be a way to turn his ass back. So that's good news. Yeah, that's good news. Because we still got to see him get older. So I'm guessing that's going to be in the third part.
Mm-hmm. And as you see now, now you see why I have Genjutsu all around. Because this was a big ass Genjutsu.
Funny as hell.
And they were in a bird cage.
It definitely was. That funny as hell.
And speaking
trees and shit.
But speaking of bird cages,
what
man.
You say, speaking of bird cages.
You know where we going with it? Speaking of bird cages.
With the transition. Yeah, transition. Yeah. Y'all know motherfucking One Piece, man. One Piece 1077. I honestly, believe it or not, I don't have too much to say about this episode just because it's the closing, really. You know what I mean? It's like the official wrap up of the fight against Kaido. It's really just a celebration. You know what I mean? A celebration of everybody finding out that Luffy actually won because they said Kaido had won before, so reversal of that. Luffy's actually won. Blah blah blah, telling all the people and everything. Basically. Yamato and Cat Viper telling everybody, and they all cheering and whatnot. Seeing everybody essentially really just happy in the episode because they say for 5 years, it's taken 5 years, and they in our world it's been 5 years, and they finally took the man down. So it's a joyous occasion. Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Luffy went to jail. He arrived. Almost got poisoned. He got beat up a few times. Went to Udon prison. Learned how to use Ryu. Zoro got framed for being a killer. Stuff. Like, come on, man. Sanji, greatest cook of all time, ended up giving metallic bones now. Everything's coming to life. We see Demon Child Robin become a real demon. Nami gets Zeus. What? Usopp is still a scary cat. Jinbei, we see Demon Brickface come out of nowhere. Like Brook, we see Brook go crazy. Yeah. Frankie is Suplex and Tyrannosaurus Rexes and Triceratops. Like this crew went nuts. Dr. Chopper, Grandpa, old man is going dumb with the serums. He's just trying to make sure that he's doing the right thing. This has been a wonderful way to wrap up the Straw Hats adventure, in my opinion. It's not done just yet because we still got something in stores. We got 2 more treats for y'all. Yeah, it gets to the real shit. But this episode, like you said, this is a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna go 7 only because it was the celebration. It was the closing moment for what we know as the deciding factor for Joy Boy, aka Luffy, versus Kaido. This was just that. This is exactly what it was. They did a great job ending this and animating this. Like, animation was good throughout it got better and better over the last 5 years, but this last few, let's get on the rooftop and actually duke it out match between them. Oh, dog. Ended up perfect. See Luffy looking out.
It was a great, obviously, arc. The whole Wano arc from start to finish. It's been definitely, like I said, it's been my favorite arc even before it was finished, just because it's the culmination of everything we've seen from going forward. Basically, damn near since they got to the new world. Since they got to the new world, it's been a culmination of all of this. Yeah. Of all of this coming forward, because Punk House is the first place they go after Fishman Island. So when they essentially get to the new world, that's everything been built up from what we've been watching from Punk Hazard with Doflamingo, everything on fucking Zoe, everything at Whole Cake Island, like all of that shit has built up to this moment. Because like if they hadn't gone and done all that shit on Whole Cake Island, you know, to get Sanji and all that kind of shit, Big Mom would have no reason essentially to go over there and be in Wano.
Yeah.
So all of that, everything that they've done up to this point has led to what happened in this battle at Wano. So it's gonna be interesting.
Factory.
With Law, it's gonna be really interesting. I know you know where it's all going clearly, but it's gonna be really interesting to see where it all goes from this point forward, because they've essentially completed their mission and beat Kaido. So what happens with that alliance is probably gonna be disbanded essentially, and they're gonna go back to, you know, being friendly rivals. You know what I mean? Not really trying to. Now, I don't think really trying to kill each other type shit. That'll be more so towards whatever happens, I guess, towards the end, if they end up teaming up again or on opposite sides or something like that, we'll end up seeing. But they have, I think, a healthy rivalry between the three of them, Luffy, Law, and Kid. So we'll see how all that plays out into the future.
Hey, even Killer and
Alliance
Zoro
essentially disbanding. Yeah, they've come to have some kind of relationship as well. How they talk about their captains and joke about that shit and whatnot. They really seem to have bonded and whatnot. So can't wait to see what all comes off in the future with them going to different islands, with us knowing about Luffy being Joy Boy officially now. The devil fruit, the human fruit, how the government is essentially going to have more to do with going forward with Luffy, it would seem, just because they know he has the fruit. Now the fruit is awakened. He's beaten Kaido. The world is going to end up knowing about it. But this brings me to my biggest thing in the whole episode. Like I said, it was a celebration type episode, but it brings me to the biggest thing with Momo and his conversation with Zunesha, and how he was essentially like, no, I'm still going to
You got your answer now.
I'm still going to keep Wano closed because I want to take care of my people and whatnot. But for me, it's like, bro, the whole goal of all of this past 20 years was to open the world, you know, open Wano up to the world and whatnot. So why are you changing your mind to essentially do what your father, you know, what his goal was, what he wanted? So
was it really, we'll see how was all it of really that to open it all the way up though? Or was it to open it up when they're actually
That's what he said, yeah.
They're actually ready to be opened up?
No, he said to beat Kaido and open Wano up to the world. That's been the whole goal of this. There wasn't no specific, no wait on when y'all are ready type thing. He never said anything about waiting on nothing. He said to open up, I want you all to open up the land of Wano to the world. When he threw them motherfuckers off in the boiling ass shit, that's what he said, and that's been their whole goal. So I just wonder if there'll be some conversation, because that's his decision. I can't object to it. That's his decision. He's gonna be the shogun. But I wonder if they're going to have some conversations with like Kinemon, so we can kind of get his reasoning behind why. And if we do get some kind of logical reasoning behind it, I will be satisfied with that. But I just want to know why he's essentially choosing to do that, you know?
Oh,
so maybe it's to keep it close to essentially like rebuild, get them back up to where they were before. You know what I mean?
Before open up a broken country.
What's his name? For Kaido, before Kaido and Orochi and shit took over. Before that shit, if they can get it back to how the land of Wano looked back in the past when we saw it then, and then he opens the doors up because he knows everybody is good. There's a foundation, a basis. Everybody's gonna be okay and whatnot. Then I'm okay with that. To be honest, I'd be okay with that, because they're not in a good spot right now. So I get that. I really do. After everything that's been going on for the past 20 years, the smile fruits, the fucking the weapons factory, the torture, and all that kind of shit. So I get it. You want to rebuild the country.
I actually really enjoyed that part right there.
Put everybody, and put everybody in a good spot before you're opening everything up to the world, because when you do that, I don't think anything's gonna happen, but you know, you subject to attacks and all that other kind of stuff and whatnot. So I'd be okay with that.
Hey,
but I just want to hear him explain it. I want to hear him explain it. That's what I want.
I feel you with that.
And if he gives a good explanation, like something I did, like I feel like I did right now, giving an explanation kind of like that, I'd be satisfied with it, 100%.
But that goes without saying, though. Sometimes you can't open up a broken country. Sometimes it goes without saying.
Yeah.
If you
I
think
get
about
that.
it like that, like you gotta look at it, read in between the lines sometimes. What I just did, break down with it, pretty good with it. But I did, I definitely enjoyed seeing old man, him and his Yashimi and his daughter, how
his daughter,
he ate the smile fruit just to make sure that he kept her. Like that was touching. One Piece does a great job with this world building that they do with it, and the connection they make you feel connected with the characters. Like that was one of those moments right there. That was a One Piece moment.
Me and Bag was watching that shit together. When he ate that motherfucking smile fruit, I looked at his ass, I looked at Bag, I was like, hey, that's a fucking father, bro. To make that sacrifice just for your child, bro, like, cause you know what it's gonna do to you and everything, like you know the risk and everything, but just so your daughter is like okay, that's a fucking father, bro. Like that shit, like you were saying, that shit really, you know, One Piece does a really, really great job. I feel like it does the best job more than any other shows of making you care about characters that aren't the main. Yeah, I was gonna say characters that aren't the main character. It makes you care about him. You know what I mean? Like he's an important character, but he's not like some. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be somebody, as we've seen, because he's dead. But he's not gonna be somebody who sticks around for the long run. Essentially, like our crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, it is part of Frankie's backstory, just for example, the shit about Tom and all that kind of stuff, caring about Tom. And it makes you care more about, can't remember her name, but Granny Kokoro makes you feel more about her and fucking Iceberg, and you get that situation. It's like, they just do a really, really good job of that.
Shit, Ace.
A really good job of that.
Ace. Like,
man.
He ain't been alive for 700 episodes.
I was gonna say, I know he's not a main character, but he felt more like just a main character just because that's Luffy's brother. You know what I mean? But I know he's not. I know he's not a main character. Yeah.
Sabo Luffy's brother too.
You're right.
You don't even like Sabo like that. Damn.
I don't.
He got Sabo slander over here, man.
Now, it's not slander. No, I fuck with him. I just don't like him as much as Ace. Even though we saw more of Sabo than we've seen of Ace, you know.
This is true.
So, you know. But I like Ace more, you know. Him and the Flame. I know Sabo got it too, but it's like Ace and Luffy, like, they brothers for real, bro. You know what I mean? I know Sabo's their brother too, but it's Ace and Luffy, bro. Like the shit with them and fucking Marineford in the fire, bro. Like, fight, on, dog. Come on, dog. That's his brother, bro.
But what would have happened?
Like Ace, I'm here. I made it. I finally made it to save you. Like,
what would have happened if Sabo had his memory back though during that time and went there as well? Like,
yeah.
ASL versus the Marines.
I know fucking Oda drew what it would look like and shit. Like, bro, fuck you for that. Like, you shouldn't have done that shit. You should just let us wonder. You know what I mean?
That animated now.
Shit. It's like,
we need that animated.
You could have just done that. Yeah, you could have just fucking done that, bro.
Oh shit, I forgot something.
But I get it would have kind of
diminished,
taken away from Luffy's character development. Yeah. It would have taken away from his development, but still, like, you could have found another way to fucking do that without killing Ace. And Ace isn't even my favorite character. That's 12's favorite, but I'm like, still, bro, that's Ace, bro. That's Ace. But all in all, it was a solid episode. 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I told you it was a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm sticking up on that one, but man, like you said, it's Ace. It's Ace, bro.
Man.
It's what comes with it. Ace was so relevant to the story. He was being shown to Wano. Like what? Like,
bruh.
Yamato connection.
Come on,
the what's her name? Otoki connect.
No, Tama's
connection. Yes, like
hurts.
But then that makes you feel more for Luffy's character development because you see how much he's grown. Like she could talk about Ace like this, and he could just sit there like, I couldn't do shit about it.
And accept, he's accepted it at this point, Yeah.
My brother died in my arms. I couldn't do nothing about it, but now look at me. I desperate to try me now. Gear 5. Try me now.
Get fucked. Get wrecked, baby. Get wrecked. Yeah. But all in all, great week episodes, man.
Not too over the top, but just right amount.
Yeah, JJK and Bleach, the best of the week for me.
Oh, of course. Oh, again, Etsu, the number one swords maker for the Soul Society.
ZNPAKUTO CREATOR.
Hey, he took.
Love when they come in there talking in English and shit.
He took the week from me.
Yeah, he's the best character, no question. Yeah, best character of the week. It's funny as hell because fucking I watched the episode and then the whole IG, like when you in like certain people's like chats and all that kind of stuff, they'll send like shit to the chat. So I'm in Kayla shit, fucking Rennie Goddess, I'm in her shit. And she sent a picture of his ass. I was like, yep, I already know. He's him. Yes, he is. He's him. What the fuck you talking about? That nigga went crazy, bro.
Hey,
crazy.
Man.
One slash. It's it. It's a wrap.
It's the sword too sharp to have a sheath. So,
man, I need this fucking need this statue, bro.
No.
Yeah, I need to come out with they statues because I'm getting his shit.
All 5 of them. We'll
man,
see.
I'm getting his shit for sure. Fuck God. Everybody else, I know I'm getting his shit.
Yeah, we'll see y'all in 2 weeks for that one.
Man, that's my dog. But all in all, man, great episodes. Can't wait for next week's for all episodes.
Shogun.
Yeah, we get to see fucking Momo finally get introduced. Well, we actually get to see what he really looks like now. In his new form with being aged up and everything and whatnot. They kind of showed the silhouette.
Didn't they show him?
They haven't shown his face. They showed the silhouette. They didn't show his face. So they showed his body through the smoke, and you can see the hair and shit waving out, all that kind of stuff. So we haven't seen what he's actually gonna look like, but we're gonna see it in next week's episode. Essentially, when he gets introduced, they tell him it's Momo, that Komurasaki's Hiyori and all that with the, with the retainers and everything by his side. So we'll see.
Yes, she's alive. We'll see. Yes, that's who we think it is.
So we'll see how all of that shit goes with them next week. In Bleach, we'll see what all happens with these last 2 episodes that they drop with the fights and everything that goes on. And then in Jujutsu Kaisen, we'll figure out, we'll see where that all goes with after Gojo being sealed and then Itadori being told about that and how they take action going forward, man. So I really can't wait. We 2 days away from Jujutsu Kaisen coming back, and then 4 days away from One Piece.
Yeah.
So can't wait. Yeah, it's Tuesday already. So weeks moving by fast. Years almost over, man. Be at Comic-Con, 2 weeks from now, essentially. Because today is Tuesday. 2 weeks. We be getting ready to leave tomorrow in 2 weeks. So yeah, can't wait for that. So make sure y'all stay in tune. With everything we're getting ready to do when we get out there, the post and everything. And then if you all are there, just come and you see us speak, you know what I mean? Talk to us, whatnot. We definitely going to be out there mingling and trying to get new subscribers and for the channel and everything and meet new people and make new connections like we did last year. So like we say, if you see us, don't be afraid to speak. We are very social people, as you can tell. We definitely want to interact and, like we say all the time, build this 1216 community up into something really special where we interacting with everybody essentially on a daily basis with like new episodes and content that we drop or stuff that you all want us to look at or react to and all that kind of stuff. So we gonna build it. We gonna get there. So
baby steps.
I guess we can go ahead and close it on out there.
Just know we might
unless you got anything. Unless I've got anything.
We might have a special guest IRL when we get down there, but let's say that.
Shit.
Okay. I'm trying to work on some shit.
Yeah, that's news to me. I haven't even heard about that shit. So, looking forward to that, whoever it may be. But like we say, man, if you all made it to this point in the episode, we definitely appreciate whether you watched it or just let it run from beginning to this point. Definitely helps out the channel. Really means a lot to us. If you did like the video, make sure you like the hit the like button to like the video. If you want to see more from the 1216 podcast, Sports Saga podcast, which is all the sports that we've been covering so far. It's just been football, boxing, and UFC, but we're going to expand to basketball when the basketball season comes around. We have all our anime stuff, our reactions, trailer reactions, chapter reviews, obviously the podcast and everything.
They've been going hard too now lately. Finally.
Man, the chapter reviews, yeah, y'all been tuning in recently to these chapter reviews for sure. Fucking, I've been seeing those numbers going up. So, Trevor's gonna make sure he keeps up with that shit because y'all have been enjoying that. So, really just trying to come up with content and all that kind of stuff that we think you all would enjoy and that we would enjoy doing and making and putting out. So, if you want to see everything that we drop, subscribe button. You want to get notified every time it's dropped so you don't miss out on anything when it comes out. Hit that notification bell, and we will see y'all in the next one.